Today I'm going to be adding a new deadbolt to an old interior door. That will require using two hole saws to bore holes in the door and to make a recessed area for the plates, including the strike plate. I have worked on lock sets. I've replaced lock sets. I have replaced doorknobs, hinges, installed new doors, but I've never added a new deadbolt. So I'm going to be using my old door, which is an old antique style door with the old keyholes and everything. Honestly, this door probably should be replaced, but I figure I may as well get practice using the Irwin door lock installation kit for wooden doors. It's essentially a template. You screw it on to the side of the door and it helps guide the hole saws to make the holes. You can also get one for metal doors. This one is for wooden doors. As you can see, it can be 2 3/8 or 2 3/4 inch back set. I have mine set to 2 3/8. So I added the hole saw to my drill. It's very important to keep it as perpendicular as possible while you're drilling into the door, or else you can have problems installing the deadbolt. So here I am using the hole saw. A little trick is to put the drill in reverse and get a good little circle going before you start digging in with the sawtooth hole saw. Helps to keep it from chipping away too much wood at once. Would have been helpful if I added 2 screws where they're supposed to be. I don't really like putting those screws in where the screws will go for the deadbolt, because you can strip that wood. I've had to use longer. You can use longer, wider screws if you have to, if that gets stripped. But this template can go on thicker doors as well. Once you get it almost all the way through, when the guide bit goes through, then you want to go from the other side to prevent it from splintering. And then you simply put the guide bit into the hole and then, as perpendicular as possible, drill from that side. Eventually you'll get a piece out. Hopefully you'll see a perfect cylinder. If not, like mine, it'll be a little bit off. And then you change the hole saw to the 1 inch. This will make a space for the actual bolt, which you'll install, which you'll push in, and then you'll have it in the center of the larger hole. You'll be able to install the 2 parts of the deadbolt to connect to each other, and then the deadbolt will come out of this hole here. Once again, try to get it as perpendicular as possible. Sometimes the perspective makes it look like I'm not drilling in perfectly perpendicular, but trying to make it as level as possible. It takes some time, but eventually you get through, and then you're left with 2 holes to install the lock set. But you're not done. You have to make a mortised area here that comes with a small bit that you can use with a regular drill, which is nice, and a little template which makes it so that you'll have a perfectly chiseled out area at just the correct depth as well. Don't be like me and use a regular router bit with a router and destroy the template as I have. But honestly, if you could just draw around with a pencil and then a blade, and then just start chipping away with your chisel. Chiseling out, going with the grain, is very easy. You don't even need a hammer with most woods. But you basically just chisel it out. Of course, this looks not very good, and then the strike plate on the other side, you'll have to chisel that out. Follow instructions. You could use a large bit, like a 1/2 inch bit, to make the holes for the actual bolt. And then once you use long screws, install the lock set, the deadbolt, using the instructions. It's very simple. You basically just connect the 2 pieces through the deadbolt with the screws, make it nice and tight, and then make sure it actually works. And so you can shut it, lock it, unlock it, make adjustments as necessary, and it might not look great, but this was not for a customer, this is for my own door. Honestly, you can just use a regular paper template. I would probably just use a regular template and just make the marks where you need to. If anything, the the template kind of got in the way from drilling it perpendicular. Maybe I'm just making excuses. I don't know. In the end, it got the job done, and it does work. And it comes with 2 really good hole saws. So for that price, and a small router bit. So for what you get, why not? So there it was. You saw me put in a new deadbolt where there was none before. This was not exactly a professional job, but it was good practice. Hopefully you won't make the same mistakes I did, and maybe I can be helpful at least a little bit that way. So subscribe for more tips, and thank you for watching.